Good afternoon, everybody. And how are we all doing today? Welcome. I am very happy to have all of you here. Stitch, Zizzy, anybody else who's just hanging out, it is lovely to have you here. But why the 25th of May, Zizzy? That's what I'm confused about. I assumed the Towel Day was a Hitchhiker's Guide reference. Because it is, I think, the best known reference to towels in fiction, but I'm not getting the May 25th. Oh no, Josh, what's up? Anything we can do to make you feel better? It really sucks to hear that you're feeling bad. If I can do anything to help, I will do my best to do that. If I can't, I will do my best to provide you with several hours of distraction, which is one thing I am very good at. Speaking of which, we're going to switch over to Xenoblade Chronicles in just a moment. I do want to take a moment to call out, in a positive sense, call out is often used negatively, but to call out the fact that I'm on time today. That this is a Switch stream, which is working. I did have to restart my computer, and I did have to plug some cables back in, but I'm on time. Got into another argument with your mom about being queer, and you can't move out on your own. God, Josh. Yeah, I can't help with that. But I can provide distraction to the best of my ability. I can provide a lot of sympathy because, yeah, that's a terrible situation. You don't deserve to go through that. Nobody deserves to go through that. That is terrible. I was going to try to say something like super positive there. There isn't a positive side to this moment. The positive side, I suppose, is this moment is not your life. It feels like it. And in the moment, like, it's certainly part of your life. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm not saying it's not important. What I'm saying is that there is a whole lot of your life left ahead of you. And a lot of that is going to be way, way better. So you can look forward to that. And I hope you do. But the fact that you can't move out is incredibly rough. And so I did promise distraction. I think it's time to deliver on that promise. And there we go. Would you look at that? A Switch stream that's actually showing my Switch. And there should also be music. Let me know if it's too loud. Too soft. It seems very soft to me. So just let me know if this is too loud or too soft, and I can easily fix it. Shulk's jumping is a good basis for how loud the sound is. Let's fight this fucker again. Wait, did I never fight him? Unique monsters don't respawn. That's interesting. Red Mage, thank you so much for 5 months at tier 2. How dare you? But also, thank you. That's very kind. That was not what I intended to do. Red Mage, you have to stop subbing at tier 2. I feel really bad that soon you're gonna have no money. And all of this is for a single emote. There we go. What do we go for this time? He's already dazed. We could extend that. He's almost dead. I'm just going to go for red and hope I can get a 4th one for a Monado Buster. Oh, we didn't even need the 4th one. As I said, I'm just really surprised that I never killed that guy. I blew it up. It's my fault that I can't get in there. But I'm still sad that I couldn't get in there. Yeah, I got the items over there. I could go back for more. Hang on, this is the wrong way. I want to go down, which is through this door. Just gonna boost the game volume a little bit. Sir. Sir, I wish to murder you. Do I have your consent for murder? Oh, fun. Turns out I don't need your consent for murder, because that's already a crime. Get in another chain attack? God, Headshot is powerful. Headshot is very powerful, and on dazed enemies, it has a chance to insta-kill. Bosses are unfortunately immune to instant kill, but it's still a very, very useful attack. And it's Charlotte's only red art, meaning she can actually participate in chain attacks properly with the rest of the crew. So we're looking to get up here, which means I went down the wrong way. That's fine. While I'm here, actually, it seems a little bit silly, but I want to quickly check the Collectopedia for this area. I'm only missing one item, so I'm going to fill it in as best I can. I have, Zizzy. I haven't played it at the moment. I haven't played the update. But yes, Sea of Thieves is a lot of fun. Weird, Josh. That's not a bug that I'm aware of. I haven't seen that one. Love that Twitch seems to have a new bug every time you look. That is where we're trying to get. I love how overdramatic Shulk is with his screaming. No, you're correct, Zizzy. Dropping items? Oh, Sea of Thieves items? That's interesting. Yes, I did manage to clear that. That is not the way you're meant to get there. But I did. So there is a little bit of a gauntlet coming up. That's the item I was looking for, I think. Yes! Splish Splash. That gives me an Ether up 3. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but every row that you complete in the Collectopedia gives you a useful item, and if you complete an entire area, you get a bonus. Which in this case is a new weapon for Rhine. That's really cool, Zizzy. I do like the idea of item drops. Someone also got an upgrade to their skill tree. No. Sharla and Dunban have better affinity. They can grab some things from each other. Does Dunban really need increased ether? Probably not. He does need increased agility. Always. And Sharla can get... Strength boost is kind of pointless on her. Double attack rate is interesting. Reduces the rate of party gain decrease is very good. So there is a slight gauntlet coming up. We're level 54. These enemies are mostly level 54, except for the level 55 unique monster in the middle of them. This can be tough. If you can, try to grab just one or two of them. The main thing to do is try not to get the attention of the unique. Unfortunately, it's very hard to move around this guy. Dunban, can you topple? You can, but you refuse to. Dunban, just topple, please. I mean, the fight's going fine, but... Ryan would have toppled at this point, because Ryan has one brain cell and it's dedicated to toppling.
We make a great team.
Okay, let's try to pull you. There we go. Whoops. Lost audio for a moment there. Something weird happened on my computer, but it seems better now. Has Dunban just decided to never topple anymore? That's so weird. Ow! That is such a powerful attack. I'm going to keep my chain attack for the actual unique enemy. I just want to check. Dunban does have combination ice pick bottle opener. You know, I hate to admit, but I see it. Yeah, Dunban, why are you not using Steel Strike? It's upgraded as much as it can be. Weird. God, Dunban's got a lot of AP. I should level up some of his things. I actually bet everybody's got a lot at this point. Yeah, Shulk's got a ton, too. Shadow Eye is lovely. I'm a huge fan of this. Can we increase any of his Monado arts? At this point, increasing Buster is almost certainly worth it. And I want to check Charla as well. Everything that I use with her is almost as good as it can get, except Heat Bullet. That's always a nice one. And Metal Blast, Head Shaker. Head Shaker's nice. That's just her Daze art, which is always good. Okay. Glorious Juro. Try to pull him as well. Oh, that was good. Shulk, kind of surprisingly, got a dodge. Which is not really his style, but I'm glad it happened. Okay. There we go. Get a topple in there. I would have liked a longer chain attack, but at least we got our days. Increased power while he's toppled. Ow. Reduce Shulk's aggro. There we go. I wish I could get behind this guy, because it would make it much easier. It would make it much easier to get another chain attack going. Ow. Let's heal Dunban, because apparently Charla is cooling off. Ow! This is going well. Oh, what a lovely dodge, Dunban, and just in time to get us another chain attack. There we go. 2 times Monado Buster into 3 times Blossom Dance. And finish it off with a headshot? Fuck yes. That was a good fight. Strike Lance Sildra. I've played this game several times and I don't remember that weapon at all. Now, I'm not going to use it because the anti-mechon driver is what you need at the moment. We're in a mechon fortress. But this is a very good weapon. However, the Arco's Pike has much better maximum auto attack. What does physical defense down do? Auto attack has a 20% chance of lowering physical defense by 15%. That's a very good effect. Yeah, same minimum, massively improved maximum. Yeah, the Arco's Pike might actually be better than the one I got from the unique enemy. Now I'm not scared to take both of these dudes. Because they were never the scary ones. Oh no! Dunban fell into the ether. So, we've seen that that ether is corrosive to Hongs. That it does enormous damage and kills them pretty quickly. Effects like that are still active in battle. So if somebody falls into the ether while you're in a fight, their health will just tick away until they die, which is terrible. Okay, that went well. New rifle for Sharla. Some ether crystals, which are always useful. And we are very near to the next story cutscene. There is some cool stuff coming up. So cool that I'm going to take a moment to look at something I haven't actually looked at on stream yet. So this is the preparation bay. Now we can come back here anytime. I want to take a look at the affinity chart, which I haven't bothered to look at before. This shows you the party affinity. You can see that Shulk has maximum affinity with both Sharla and Dunban, that he has very good affinity with Rhine, and that he has neutral affinity with Melia and Ricky. And you can see there are these various relationships throughout. You can also give characters gifts. So, if Shulk wants to become better friends, say, with Melia, you can figure out what kinds of items she likes. There are various ways to do that, including when characters have conversations, they'll often reveal what they like. To the best of my knowledge, Melia likes flowers. That increased the affinity by 1 heart. That means she does like it. Various items have differing effects. Some of them can give 2 hearts, some of them can give up to 4 hearts. I find the best way to do this is just to go through a bunch of them. So you can see there, Mystic Dahlia gave 2 hearts. I'm trying to find one that I have a lot of that also gives more than 1 heart. But that frequently just doesn't happen. So yeah. This is a useful thing The fastest way to make affinity improve is to have characters fight together and do lots of chain attacks. However, given how many party arrangements there are, that can be a bit difficult. So giving gifts is often the better option. That's party affinity. But there is also the affinity with various areas of the world. So you can see we are at 2-star affinity with Colony 9. The people of Colony 9 like us. You can, from this screen, check out every single character you've met, when they're available, who they are, what race they are, what age they are. And it can be very, very useful. And based on that, I want to address one of the things that makes being a Homs in this world kind of shitty. So Liliana is 9, Giorgio is 41, Dorothy is 19, Cheryl is 63. These are all the kinds of ages we'd expect. The Colony 6 area, we see a lot of similar ages, a lot of kids, some adults. Nothing special there. Central Bionis. 72. Nothing special here. All very normal ages. Upper Bionis, which is mostly the high Entia. Scarlin is 93. He's a young man. I haven't spoken to a lot of the high Entia, but they live to be so old, and it just sucks that the Homs are just babies. Oh my god, Niv, that's so cute. Also, I'm glad that you got your second shot. But that is super cute, Niv. You can also see that there are relationships between various characters. These update over time. You can improve them, you can make them worse. It is a whole thing. A lot of side quests end up affecting these. I am going to do a lot of side quests, but I am just going to address an important point, which is I'm not going to do all of them on stream. A lot of side quests, even ones that have like slight effects on the world, they're not fun streaming material. There are a few that have really solid stories or add to the lore of the world. I'm going to try to do those on stream. The rest I will not. But it is time to stop wasting time. Ahead of us is an elevator which will continue the story. We are at level 54. So far, we've been competently leveled. That may end now. I'm sorry to hear that, Niv. And we come to the face maintenance bay, where there are dozens of faced mechon.
Shulk, is that?
Spear ones! Loads and loads of spear mechon!
With the spears that destroy biological life. And face Nemesis, piloted by Fiora. But apparently now more than willing to fight us.
This isn't good. Fiora!
You need time to convince Fiora. Destroy the mechon in the area without Fiora coming to any harm. This is kind of a difficult one. Normally what you do is you focus on the biggest threat. But in this case, your aim is not to fight Fiora. in spite of the fact that Face Nemesis wants to fight us. And she does, forgive me, a shit ton of damage. There we go. Oh. This is so rough. God, I'd forgotten how hard this is. Okay. And we're struggling to get a chain attack going because we have to keep reviving. And we do have to keep reviving because if we don't, it's worse. Oh god, this is tough. You get a vision of Combo Attack 6, which does a total of 3,000 damage. Dunban. Just try to kill it. Oh, we can actually shield. We have enough time. Face Nemesis uses Brilliant Light on Dunban, dealing a lot of damage. Okay, chain attack. God damn it, Charla. Keep Charla alive. Why can I not change my target? Oh, there's only one target. No, there wasn't. I just, for some reason, couldn't target that dude. Hi, Kelvy. What happened yesterday? Now I'm scared. Okay. We destroyed all the Mechon, which gives me time to talk to Fiora, potentially. Oh, Kelvy! It is the greatest feeling. I've had a Barry raid once. I fucking love it. Barry's such a good lad. I'm really, really glad about that. It was honestly so much fun for me when I got it, just to look at my Twitch stats afterwards. Because at that point I was hovering around 10 average viewers. And then for one stream, I was at like 60 average viewers. And my view count spiked when Barry raided me to 400. Yeah, Barry raids are an experience. I'm so glad you got one. Now, hopefully, I can get through to Fiora.
Don't you recognize Shulk? Fiora! Fiora, please! Don't you remember us at all?
He does occasionally raid non-watch members.
Everyone, It's time to retreat.
Got it.
Understood.
Move, Shulk.
So yeah, we can't get through to Fiora. But she's not going to let us escape.
You alright? Yeah. I think so.
Holy shit, Zizzy, that's
What
amazing.
do we do now, Shulk? We ain't gonna last long here.
Fiora! Try and remember! It's us!
Fiora still doesn't remember us.
Without the power of that sword, I doubt you would ever have made it this far. Apocrypha, activate.
What is...
Huh? Mate, what's going on? What's happened to the Monado?
Look out!
Shulk!
It seems Egil
Okay.
Shulk!
has some power that can deactivate the Monado.
Fiora! Stop this right now! How could you? Shulk came here to save you! Do you hear me, Fiora?
You must run.
Fiora! Fiora! Or whoever you are.
Please, run. The machine is not under my control.
Not under your control. Is it him?
Most surprising. I admit I never expected such resistance to becoming a fate.
Egil,
Fiora! What have you done to her?
From the moment of their creation, all Mechon are mine to control. Should a passenger defy me, I force it to obey.
Why make Homs into Mechon? Why are you making them attack Bionis?
If you wish to know, you have only to submit yourself to me. All will become clear when you attack Bionis with a new body born of Mechonis.
Never! Who would ever submit to you? Forget about him. We have to get out of here. But what about Fiora? If we die here today, she will be lost forever.
Choose. I have rendered the Monado useless. You have no hope of victory or escape.
You chunk of scrap! So it was you who did that to the Monado!
The Monado is a tool that regulates the waves of the very ether from which the world is formed. Therefore, it can be counteracted simply by releasing opposing waves.
But how can you?
The questions end here. Hand over the Monado. After all, it is no longer of use to you.
Never! If the Monado really is powerless, then why would you want it for yourself? I will never give it to you. Never!
Then make your choice. Be crushed by my fist, or slain by your old friend.
Egil!
Now we face the golden-faced mecha. Level 60. And with the Monado no longer at its full power. We are unable even to cause a break. Not even in a chain attack. But you're correct, yes, he has high heals, therefore making him the best character. I think damage immunity to Dunban is our best bet there. We can also, if we wish to, fight Fiora instead. Face Nemesis is only level 55 and is much easier to beat. But I don't want to fight Fiora for obvious reasons. King's Order is an art that initially seems to do nothing, but allows him to use King Breaker, which breaks everybody in the party. Face Nemesis has unfortunately caused lock-on. We have no choice but to fight Face Nemesis at this point. This is essentially an unwinnable fight. No, it doesn't, Josh.
I cannot allow this. That boy is at risk.
This fight is unwinnable in practical
Don't let
terms.
him die. Help Shulk. Help them. Who are you?
This is the end.
And from within the body speaks the voice of Fiora.
To the Monado.
Whoever you are, please lend me your strength. I won't let you do this.
God, Kelby, you must. It's so good.
Dare you defy me? Worthless machine.
And even as powerful as Face Nemesis is, Gold Face absolutely overwhelms her.
How much you yearn for revenge.
I will not permit you to have your way.
The Monado. But how?
No, stop!
Please, survive.
Will you die for them? What is this?
Fiora! Not good! Let's get out of here! Shulk! Where are you?
And Galahad Fortress begins to crumble, with Face Nemesis
Shulk,
and
get back here!
Fiora still inside it.
Shulk, no!
face. No, that is not possible. It cannot be.
That's why I called it Advanced Lessons in Gravity.
The fortress has collapsed? What of Melia? And Shulk?
The observation was based solely on long-range intelligence. We cannot be any more specific.
You don't need to worry about them.
But...
Take it easy. I've got a pretty good idea where they are. If you're gonna attack, you better do it now. Their fortress ain't completely destroyed. Or do we just sit here and wait to die?
Shall I perform the divination ritual now?
Forgive me, Seer. That will not be necessary. From now on, we will seize our destiny with our own hands.
Nice.
We need to see the future. The Mechon forces are on their way. No doubt about it. I like the look in your eye there, lad. It's time. This is war!
Oh god, you're right, Zizzy. He is Alt Universe Sid. Kelby, to answer your question, I would strongly suggest getting the Switch version. It looks better, it has several quality of life improvements, but perhaps the biggest extra that it has is an entirely new post-game story, which is about 10 to 15 hours. Not perfect, but has some of the best music in the game and is absolutely stunning to look at. So I would suggest getting the Switch version if you can afford it. The 3DS one is fine. It's a solid port, given that they ported a Wii game to 3DS. It was quite impressive.
It's been a long time since I last had this dream. I reached out for a piece of scrap metal. And then I fell into the ground.
Yeah, I remember the Wii version was very tough.
Was I dreaming? Fiora!
So yes,
What's that?
he survived the fall from Galahad Fortress. It actually makes perfect sense that he survived. Shulk was actually... he used a one-time art called Monado Plot Armor. It's very powerful. But he did land in one of my favorite areas of the game. This absolutely stunning tropical location at the shore of the Endless Sea. Nowhere on the Bionis can you actually reach the sea like this.
Fiora. Fiora! She's still breathing.
Oh yeah, Face Nemesis is the best looking one.
Wake up. Come on. Wake up. She needs water.
Investigate the beach and get some water for Fiora. Nice and simple. You'll notice in the right under my map that this area is called Silver Wreckage. Which, looking at Fiora's face mechon, makes perfect sense. True, Zaid, but this is an ocean. You don't want to give someone salt water when they're just dying. But yeah, this is the Silver Wreckage, in spite of the fact that Fiora was never referred to as Silver in any way. It was always Face Nemesis. There's a reason for that, which I will go over today. But there's one more spot I want to get to first. Also, hi, Zaid. But we don't need to worry about ocean water, because there is a lovely spring here. Oh, so you were, Zaid. You won't drink, time to smooch.
Fiora, you're awake. Do you remember? My name is
I can't believe it. My first kiss.
You do remember me, Fiora.
Of course I do. Shulk.
Always find this scene very touching. Because even finding out that she was alive, she didn't remember them. She wasn't Fiora. But now she is.
I never forgot you or the others.
Then why?
Because I wasn't me anymore. I wanted to call out, but I couldn't.
What do you mean?
When it happened, when Colony 9 was attacked by the Mechon. I thought I had died. I felt the Mechon's claw rip through me. I couldn't remember anything. There was no sound, no light, no pain. When I came round, I had the body of a machine. And it felt like there was someone inside me.
Someone else? The one who was controlling the Mechon you were in?
Yes, that voice. But I could still see and hear. I was there all the time. Except I had no control over my body, and I couldn't talk.
That's why it seemed like you didn't recognize us.
Yes. In Inside my heart, I was crying out desperately. But you didn't hear me. Nobody did.
We always believed it was you.
It's okay. You don't have to say that. I know it would have confused me.
But the person inside you, do you know who it was?
No. I heard her voice when she spoke, but I didn't know what she was thinking.
Oh yeah, her armor is rad.
Needed to do. I understood that much.
What do you think happened to her?
Maybe she's sleeping. Or maybe she's trapped like I was.
I hope she stays trapped. Hijacking your body, treating it like it's her own.
I guess.
I say good riddance. And let that be the end of it.
Shulk, I don't think she's totally to blame.
Why not?
She needed my body for something. I don't know what it was. I just know it was important. I want to help.
Why would you?
I knew she was using my body, but I didn't hate her for it. She was kind. She was taking care of my body. I could feel it.
Really?
Yeah. And she did everything she could to protect you.
A couple of times, actually.
Back when we were fighting.
Against Egu. She knew what I wanted to do, and did it for me. So, I want to help her if I can. Please, Shulk.
All right. Then we'll do everything we can to find out what she was trying to do.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Fiora.
I'm glad to be here. What do we do now?
We have to find the others. I know they're alive. I can feel it. Everyone's gonna be surprised when they see you.
Everyone being?
Ryan, Dunban, and there are a few others we met along the way. Sharla, Ricky, and Melia. I just know you're gonna like them.
It looks like you've been through a lot as well.
Yeah. But nothing's gonna separate us now. Come on, let's start searching.
And Fiora is now a playable character. In the Xenoblade community, in order to avoid massive spoilers, Fiora is typically referred to simply as 7. It is fairly obvious early on, if you pay attention to the UI design, that there are going to be 7 characters. 7 playable characters. However, who that 7th character is incredibly unclear, especially during the first third of the game, when, according to everything you know, Fiora is dead. So the Xenoblade community has decided, almost unanimously, to refer to this character as 7. When discussing the game, if you discuss with people who obviously aren't in my chat, because people here are following along, but it would probably be a good idea if you do the same. Josh, you don't actually come across any Fiora armor or weapons, except for stuff very early on that you could have used on her before. She actually has a completely different armor and weapon set now. But yeah, it's clear that there's going to be a 7th character, but who it is remains unclear until now. I think Fiora is a great addition to the party and works very well in a lot of ways. I want to quickly go over Fiora's arts because they have changed. Her talent art is Cannon Drones 1. Drones form a cannon, unleashing a large beam in a straight line. Fairly straightforward. Double Blade, attacking from behind, will inflict a large amount of damage. It's just a standard back attack with 3 times the damage. Spear Blade does 3 times the damage to enemies that are suffering topple. Double Wind is a dual-bladed outward slash striking enemies in front, just a standard powerful attack. Shutdown inflicts sleep. Air Fang inflicts break. Cross Impact is a kick attack which inflicts daze. Of course, only on toppled enemies, but still solid. Magstorm releases an ether wave striking all in range. It inflicts daze on Mechon. Pretty solid. Second Gear increases physical arts damage. Healing Energy gives her a regenerate aura, which is really good. Lock On. So every time she gets hit, it fills the every time she deals damage, it fills the talent gauge, and it also gives her a 50% critical hit rate. Ether Drain reduces a target's ether stat and increases Fiora's by 20%. If there are more enemies that are hit, it gets an extra 5%. Zero Gravity inflicts paralysis. Pretty good. Fiora is a very, very solid DPS character. I do want to give her Double Wind, actually. I'm not the biggest fan of Zero Gravity, so I'm going to drop that. Magstorm I like, but Cross Impact is just better overall. At the moment, we don't really have any way to topple. She can't topple, Shulk can't topple. And I want to play as Fiora just to get a taste of something different. She also has her own skill trees, unsurprisingly. Mechonis equipment allows special armor from Mechonis to be equipped. She is the only person who can ever equip Mechonis armor, and that is unique to her, even with skill links that can never be shared. I'm going to try to pronounce this. Gretisde? Gretisde? I'm not sure how well I'm pronouncing that, but welcome. Very good to have you. Great. That works. Yeah. Lovely to have you here, Gret, and welcome. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Shulk and Fiora have pretty good affinity. They did all the way along. Unfortunately, Fiora doesn't have any useful skills for Shulk yet. But the other way around, Shulk has useful skills for Fiora. Agility up is fantastic. That's useful, and then increases tension, reduces weight of equipment is nice. Improves arts with bonus effects is fantastic. Shulk and the others became separated in the confusion. He and Fiora found themselves on a beach. The others must be nearby. So our job now is simply to explore and find the others. You can see here, it was not only Face Nemesis that fell from way up there. It's a little bit tough to see from here, but Galahad Fortress is kind of in that area on the hilt of the sword. So not only did we fall a long way, but we were also washed over here by the tides. I want to draw your attention to those jutting metal things over there. Those are enormous mechanical fingers. Way, way back in the very first cutscene of the game, we saw the Bionis cut off one arm of the Mechanis. This is it. The arm fell into the ocean and for untold millennia has been here, growing plants, turning into this beautiful tropical area. Those are massive mechanical fingers. And we'll see the map later. It is literally just a hand. It is, in terms of lore and world building, I think this may be my favorite area of the game. It's not the most beautiful, but it just tells a fucking story. So yeah, the silver wreckage is here, but you can see tons of other things fell down with it. What I wanted to grab is there is a heart-to-heart nearby. Which I can't view. Okay. Fine. If you look at some of the parts that fell, and if you know the game pretty well, a lot of this appears to be from a fortress unit. We did not see any fortress units in Galahad Fortress, ironically. But it makes sense that there would have been a bunch of them around, and this appears to be one of them. There's a bunch of Crabbles here.
Come on, we can do it.
I'm ready.
You're mine. I'm feeling pretty good.
Looking good too, Fiora.
Shulk thinks she looks good. He's in love.
There's no escape. We win.
Cool. Let's keep this up.
I think you're correct, Gret. I think during that cutscene there may have been one or two fortress units in the background. Are you familiar with Xenoblade, Gret?
Okay.
Haha, no juice. Dunban is Fiora's brother.
Yay, Shulk. Go you.
Oh, okay, exactly the same as me, Gret. I finished it on Wii, on 3DS, and on Switch. Juice, you might be thinking of Charla, who was engaged to a guy called Gado, who bad things happened to Gado. Actually, I looked at her arts, but I didn't level any of them up. She's got a fair amount of AP. Let's grab some of these. I'm not using Mag Storm at the moment. Healing Energy is good. Lock-on is useful. Ether Drain isn't great, but I prefer it to Zero Gravity. Which may not be the most... the most optimal play. But I'm not the most optimal player, so this is perfectly acceptable. Do. One thing that I find a little bit sad. So,
Is everybody ready?
Fiora still uses double blades, as she did a very, very long time ago. You know, back when we were like level 1. If you keep the knives that Fiora used way back when, as far as I'm aware, she can't even equip them anymore. Yeah, they wouldn't be useful, But I think it would have been cool to give them to her. She uses Mechonis swords, which are weapons designed by Egil, specifically for her. I can actually give her some useful... I really need to make some more gems. Paralysis is useful, potentially. I'm gonna go with some agility up. And some slow. Slow is actually very useful. She also has a bunch of ether gear equipped. This is all we have for her at the moment, but it's solid. And she has here the Nemesis drones. Now, if you look at Shulk, he has helmet, body, arm, pants, and boots. Fiora has essentially helmet, body, arms, boots. Instead of the pants slot, yes, she's wearing pants, don't be weird. She gets drones. These drones are really, really cool because not only are they a piece of defensive equipment, they also change what her talent art is. She's the only character whose talent art is affected by her equipment.
Okay, let's go.
Everyone, to your back.
It's wonderful to be with everyone.
I won't let you go for your run.
I feel like we can beat everything.
Cool. Let's keep this up.
Nothing here is particularly tough. I just want to go through it. In gold chests, we now start getting items. You see that book at the bottom. Those allow characters to learn higher level arts. Unfortunately, that's for a character not currently in our party, so we can't do much with it. So we looked on this side of the beach. There was no one useful. Don't talk about it, Juice. It's fine. I'm gonna keep doing it. I hate Fiora's jumping sound. It just really gets to me in a weird way. So there are a bunch more enemies along this beach, but no one's super useful. Or they try to say super interesting. I just want to grab these collectibles. And since we are at Jiffim Beach, I'll be done in a jiffy. I don't know. Zizzy, you don't ask these kinds of questions. Yeah, the running animations are a bit exaggerated. Thank you, Juice. Your willingness to laugh at my dumb jokes makes me feel much better. And we can go inside here. Yes. 100% butt wiggle. And perhaps a bit surprisingly, we see a lot of the same monsters that we saw on Bionis. In spite of the fact that we're on Mechonis, everything here is very biological. You're right, Zizzy. Her entire power core is just... There's cannon drones, which is moderately powerful. It gets better. But yeah, her entire... It's not just in this form. Like, even when she had a giant fucking robot, it was powered entirely by ass shakes. Oh? They needed silver atoll fibers to restore Colony 9's commerce. This is the last of the 8 that Juju asked us to collect. Why are you doing anything to help Juju? He deserves nothing. Juju deserves sadness and gives sadness to others. The music in this area is incredibly melancholy, which not everybody likes, but I'm a fan. That sounds rad, Sade.
Fiora! What's wrong?
Sorry. My body feels a bit strange. I think I just need to
yeah.
rest. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We can take a break here.
Can't imagine why your body would feel strange.
I wonder what happened after the fortress. Where did the others all end up? The Monado's light is fluctuating. That Mechon really messed it up. But still, I have to protect Fiora.
Shulk. Can't you sleep?
Sorry. Did I wake you?
No, it's okay. I slept really well.
You want to eat? You must be hungry.
No thanks, but I'd like some water.
Okay.
Gret, that is a question I've kind of asked several times.
You need to get your strength back.
No, I'm fine. This body has its uses. I never need to eat. I never get hungry. I just run on water. Don't worry.
Water and butt jiggles.
I prefer my old body. But this one has some advantages. Shulk. You can leave me. It's okay.
What?
I mean, look at me, Shulk. This body is a Mechon body, so I should live here on Mechonis. This is where I belong.
You don't have to do that.
The Fiora you knew is dead. Just think of it like that. It's for the best.
But I can see it's not true. I mean, you're right here. I'll never forget how I felt when I thought I'd lost you back at the colony. I should have done something. I thought if only I had the power to save you.
Shulk.
No. No more regrets. I will protect you. Besides, there's someone else inside your head. We can't leave her there.
That's an incredibly weird thing to say.
Not.
Mechon! No! Not now!
Shulk! Let me...
Fiora! Right. Come on, Monada. Don't let me down.
The Monado bends to your will.
No! I won't let you take her from me!
Oh, hey, Elvis.
I will protect Fiora!
Curious to hear your voice now.
Yes. The Monado's light! I can do this!
The thing is, I love the overacting. It's part of what I enjoy about this game. I find it so charming. So yeah, in spite of the Apocrypha, Shulk is able to wield the Monado. Shulk really isn't great solo.
We can do it! Alright! The Monado's back in action!
However, Monado Buster is busted. Man, I'm probably going to have to stream Kingdom Hearts at some point. I'm an RPG streamer.
The Monado.
It feels like it's something I
worked,
have to
but
do.
I feel worse than before. Whatever he did to the Monado is... What's
Oh, that's
that?
fine, Kelvy. I like suffering. There's also that, Sissy.
No! We're surrounded!
Sir, this is 2. You just took out 3. God, I love Himbo Rhine.
Where are we?
Also, you have a good stream, Zaid.
You're up then.
Sharla!
No, Zizzy, that is a step too far.
What happened to us?
I don't know. I've only just come round.
Where are the others?
I look for them, but they're nowhere to be seen.
Oh.
Ryan, thanks.
Huh?
For protecting me back there.
Yeah. It got rough, but at least you got out safe.
What is it?
Look at me. I'm useless. Can't even keep a promise. I promised Fiora I'd look after Shulk. Stupid.
You promised to protect the guy who protects you. Am I missing something?
In the old days, Shulk was kind of frail. You know, like a little bunniv that gets bossed around by the other colony animals. It was me who used to be there, to save him. That's why I promised Fiora. But now look at me.
Ryan.
He's stronger now. And not just because he's got the Monado. I've done all I can to help him. He doesn't need me.
That's not the Ryan I know. Do you remember Colony 6?
Yeah?
The Mekon were always on the doorstep of our home, the colony. Thinking about it, I realized they were after the ether underneath it.
Yeah, I suppose so. If they could stockpile energy from there, they could get to any part of Bionis.
The Colony 6 Defense Force suffered its fair share of pain. And not just physical. Friends and family. Alive one day, gone the next. It all became so normal. You end up wondering how you can possibly make a difference when war is so futile. I'm not the only one who felt like that sometimes. But nobody ever gave up. And you know why?
Because you were strong?
We had no choice but to be strong. Everybody had someone to protect. The moment you looked away, you'd lose everyone you loved. So we had to keep looking straight ahead. We couldn't stop fighting.
Man, that's tough. Puts my problems into perspective. I suppose I should get back to being Ryan.
Don't go doubting yourself, even if things get tough.
You're right. There'll be plenty of time to stare at my feet when I'm old and crooked. Get it?
I get it. So now what?
You're such a good himbo
Fiora.
lad.
I might be like a third wheel, but I can still lug around the heavy stuff.
Finally, that's the Rhine I know.
Back there. Were you talking about that guy Gaddo?
Not just about him. Why do you ask?
Oh, nothing. Just, you know, seems like tough competition for a guy like me.
Rhine.
That's the closest so far that he's come to confessing how much he likes her.
Do you think Shulk and the others are okay?
Leave it to Ryan! Of course they are. They wouldn't die from something like that.
Back to your old self, I see.
Oh, juice, that was perfect. Josh, I've always put Ryan at about 19. I know that Shulk is officially 18, and Ryan always felt a year or two older. But yes, he does love her. I'm having a little bit of trouble playing at the moment, because I've got a kitten here who wants all the attention. And me playing games and streaming is not giving Gummy all the attention. Which, I mean, is my fault. Gummy deserves it. Whoops. Hold on, camera. You know what? This is one of the interesting things. We discussed this in a different stream, and I don't think it was Charla. Charla's not a mom, but she does have serious MILF energy. It's weird. Charla is Juju's older sister. I believe Charla is about 20.
What's that sound?
Someone's in a fight. Up ahead.
Someone? But who could it possibly be?
Shulk! Ryan! I got your back! We'll turn them into scrap! Right!
Oh yeah. The old team is back together. You know what? Yes. Ryan can be in charge. Boy, do I not have Ryan set up. Whoops. I forgot what that did.
Good to see you. I knew you'd make it, Shulk.
Thanks to you.
There's a little bit of that happening, Juice.
Ryan, it's you!
Fiora! She remembers us.
Yeah.
No, Kelby, that was perfect.
I can see. Wow.
Ryan, you cannot immediately look at someone's belly button piercing. It's just rude.
If only we could find Dunban.
Yeah, he'll be blubbering at the sight of us.
I don't think he'd ever cry in front of you two.
So he does cry?
When no one's watching.
Yep. He's always been like that. He's a big softie, but he hates anyone seeing it.
I never knew.
Nope, I don't believe it.
Take it easy.
Oh, I'm okay. I want to see my brother. Let's go, Shulk.
If you can't walk, I'll carry you.
That alert is a little bit
I'm
quiet,
much
Kelby.
heavier now.
I've been pumping my guns.
I can see. Ryan, you really looked after Shulk for me.
I wanted to, but it feels more like he's the one who's been protecting me.
That's not true.
It's okay. I know it, you know it. I'm not here to protect you anymore.
But you are here for something.
Yeah. What I did just now. It don't matter how strong you get, you ain't got eyes in the back of your head. So I've got your back.
Ryan, you...
Ryan, you're like a whole new person.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, it's good you've become so dependable.
Aww.
Was I that undependable before?
Yes.
Take it as a compliment.
Ha! You haven't changed a bit. What would we do without you?
Right, let's go. You want to see my brother cry, don't you?
Yeah, wouldn't miss it.
Okay. Now Ryan has to stop being in front. Just for story reasons, I'm going to leave Fiora out of the main party. Because officially, she's not really in any position to fight. New skill link with Shulk. Cool, none of those is really good. So that sucks. Fiora can get some from Danban. Increases aggro and no armor is equipped. That's terrible for Fiora. Increases aggro drawn when dealing damage. Fiora can be equipped as a pretty solid tank, so that actually works pretty well. Increases HP received from healing arts. Yes. Increases ether, can be solid. Increases agility is fantastic for almost anybody. Strength up buff. Increases AP awarded. Lovely. And can't afford anything from Ricky, unfortunately. I assume that's the new Paper Mario, Zizzy? That is kind of cool. Wait, which was the most recent? Oh, Super Mario RPG. You said with Mario RPG recently. Wasn't Super Mario RPG 96?
We can't lose! I don't want anyone dying out there! Leave it to Ryan! Bring it on! We can definitely do this! Now tear him up! Let's do it, Ryan!
Ah, okay, that's fair.
Okay, let's get going.
At the moment, no particularly scary enemies, to be honest. Yeah, I did watch... I watched a playthrough of Super Mario RPG. I wasn't super into it, to be honest. Screw it. I don't want to fight that dude. Not now that he's fallen. Oh, he's coming back to us. Good. We've got many good ideas. That I will acknowledge. We don't actually need the anti-mechon equipment anymore, so... We can equip Charlotte with the Delta Rifle, which is much more powerful. Still give her that Days Up gem. And we can equip Rhine. The Wolfgarder is good. But the Arcos Pike is much gooder. Muscle Up is great for Rhine. What does Weapon Power do again? Boosts activation rate for gems mounted on weapons by 10%. That's a weirdly specific one. I don't think I like that. Art's Heal isn't great, but it works. You know what? In spite of what I said, I'm actually going to bring Fiora in as our tank. Well, semi-tank. Purely because I think... I don't know, I just like having Fiora here. Yeah, the character design in that game is admittedly very good. In spite of what I've said, that is a game I would very much like to stream at some point. I'm not nearly as into it as I am into several other games, but it's very interesting. Everybody loves Fiora. And why wouldn't they?
Let's keep on going like this, guys. Let's press on and on and on.
Part of the reason I want Fiora in the party is simply to increase her affinity with everybody. These little fuckers down here. One of them. Affluent Beleth. You really want to fight him. As a general rule, you want to fight all unique monsters. Because every unique monster gives you an affinity coin when you beat them. And affinity coins are useful for a couple of things. The problem with these dudes is that if you try to just fight the unique, almost every other one of them will join up and give you a bad time. As is currently happening. Holy fuck, he just killed Charlotte. I don't even know where Charlotte is. Cool, that went terribly.
Sorry.
Yeah! This dude is only 2 levels higher than us. But with 4 buddies with him... he can hurt you a lot. It sucks. I don't quite know what happened to Charlotte there, to be honest. Okay, we managed to pull a bunch of them, but importantly, not the big bad. Holy fuck, they deal a lot of damage. Fine. we'll do a chain attack.
Now we'll be on you. Alrighty. We can do it. Are you not done yet? Got it. Wonderful to be with everyone.
Okay.
And you too.
That got rid of several of them.
We were amazing.
Fiora, we've got to hurry.
Okay, Shulk. Got it.
Fiora's got plenty of health.
I'm feeling it. It's over.
Actually, that finished him off nicely.
Fight like this. Let's stay alert.
There are 5 normal ones. Wait. 5 normal ones and then the big. And even 3 normal ones did a lot of hurt to us. Okay, that sucked, but I think I can deal with 2 of them. Part of the problem, I hate to say, might be Fiora.
Looking good, Fiora. We've got to hurry.
Okay, Shulk.
Fiora. Ta-da. This is a physical attack, so none of that's gonna help. Yeah, I think just deal damage.
Glad you're around.
I'll help you. My rifle's getting hotter. Double blade. Saw it coming.
Fiora.
Let's actually focus on the ads first. Fish Festival 6. A very powerful attack, which fortunately can be entirely ignored with Monado Shield. Because that's what Monado Shield does. Oh, why is he running?
One after another.
Oh, what? Fiora went and ran after one of the little fuckers. That was the worst thing she could have done. Okay. Let's see if we can at least break Topple Days that. I know I did, Grat. If you watch me play this or any other game in future, you will discover that I am not great at games. Also, fun fact I just realized, part of the problem I'm having here is I have no topple.
My rifle's getting hotter. Fiora. Okay. My turn. We did it. We're counting on you. Backslash.
Let's focus our efforts.
Okay. Understood.
Monado.
I know Monado Buster wasn't technically required there, but anything that can that can deal damage is good. Okay. Okay. All the ads have been dealt with at least. Yeah, I am pleased with how much I know about the game. I am far from the best, but I enjoy it.
That was great, guys.
We did it.
I mean, I do actually appreciate that. I do sometimes feel like I need to be super good all the time. But yeah, watching the most efficient player in the world can get boring. Hi, Jay.
Me too, Fiora.
And let's shield. Okay. God.
I'm here too, you know.
Sorry, Shala.
Just teasing.
I like that little interaction. Shulk and Fiora only got eyes for each other. We get a new piece of gear for Fiora as well as for Melia. Rizaka needs 5 electric Upa tears for the mechanical flower. Who is Rizaka? If only we found out. We'd better take them to her. Oh no! Any idea why, Jay? Because that's not a great feeling. Fun fact. Coming down here is just for the unique monster. That's not progression. Progression is up here. That's a fact I forgot. Or is it? Wait. Yes, progression. Progression is here. There we go. Ooh, Jay. You got the Thai green curry squirts? Oh. Emerging here onto Radio Carpea, which is just a cool name. And seeing those fingers curled up there and looking up and seeing the Mechonis. Seeing its blades stretching across the void. And from here, quite appropriately, Bionis does not even seem to exist. Yeah. Shulk occasionally responds, not the best. But he has strong wrists. He can fall any distance, and if he just grabs on at the last second, he'll be fine.
What is it?
I can hear something.
What? I can't hear anything.
You know what,
Maybe our
Sissy,
sense
that
of
would
hearing
make
isn't
sense.
strong enough.
Low sound. More than one. Watch out! Something's here!
I love Catboy Ricky. I mean, I love Ricky, but I especially love Catboy Ricky.
Oh, Ricky very hungry, and Ricky sleepy. If Ricky not rest now, Ricky not keep going.
Well, we can't have that, can we? We'll rest here before going any further. Melia, do you need to rest?
I am fine.
Good. Break time.
What's this?
Hit upon Ricky, have big fight with fish. Ricky win. Grilled fish taste yum yum. Ah, done it too.
I thought you said you couldn't move if you didn't rest.
Oh, Ricky very tired, but Ricky very hungry too.
How considerate of you.
Ricky not understand, Dun.
I don't know why he has
Don't
that
try to
skull on
hide
his
it.
back.
You realized Melia was lagging behind. She would never admit how tired she was. That's the real reason you asked.
Ricky's such a good lad. This game is just full of good boys.
Now that's good fish. Even in this strange place, at least the fish tastes like it should.
Ricky glad Dun like yum fish.
Yeah, thank you.
Millie is tired, but Ricky tired too. And Dun not look happy.
What's this? Am I that transparent?
Ricky want to hear Dun story. Ricky listen carefully. For Ricky is the hero pawn.
I'm not sure what that's got to do with it. Well, seeing as you're here, I'll tell you.
Yeah! Ricky listen.
I have a sister. Her name is Fiora.
Ricky know. She wears silver armor. Shulk look everywhere for her.
Indeed. Shulk and Fiora, everyone knows they like each other. But they're just not ready, I suppose. They're the perfect match, but if they don't hurry up and tell each other...
Even Ricky know that.
I suppose everyone does. But now Fiora has become... something else.
She forget Shulk. She forget Dun too.
She did. But Shulk won't give up that easily. Knowing that he's out there looking for her fills me with hope. I just wish I was there with him.
Dun take care of them.
Hmm?
Dun watch over Shulk. Dun watch over Fiora. That is all a daddy pawn can do. Huh, Ricky make mistake. Dun not daddy pawn.
Well, I am her older brother.
But just like daddy pawn, watching over family. Same watch over. Dun do what he must.
Huh. Who would have thought it? I never imagined I'd be getting such advice from you.
Ricky have big family of little pawn. Ricky raise and say goodbye to many little pawn. Ricky knows some things.
You can say that again. I had you all wrong.
It doesn't look like the others are here.
Unfortunate. I hope everyone's safe.
Everyone's safe. Everyone's strong.
Ricky is right. It is simply a matter of when we will happen across them.
Everyone landed in the same area. They have to be around here somewhere.
Friends, look here. Ricky find it yesterday when Ricky goes scouting.
Correct, Jay. Ricky is 40 years old with several kids.
I wonder where this pipe leads.
Go! Ricky has feeling Shulk and friends are on other side.
Feeling? Well, I'm willing to give your knock-on instinct a try.
As am I. The pipe it is.
There's a heart-to-heart here, which requires Ricky and Melia to be much better friends than they are. Before we go through the pipe, there's just a handful of collectibles around here. Nothing super special. This little portion of the beach is kind of small. And there's very little here, except some fish, which you can kill but not eat, which seems unfair. Yeah, it's very cute, Jay. You don't have to, Josh. They're all optional. But most of them are also fairly close to skip travel points, so it's never a major issue. There are also ways to play which make it much more likely that you will have the required affinity as soon as you get to that point. I've not been playing like that because I'm doing what's fun, not necessarily what's optimal. We can see over there the remains of what almost certainly is a fortress unit. I'm supposed to go in there, but I'm not going to quite yet. There's a location I want to get to so that I can mention something. So yeah, this area is called the Giant Mechon Debris and is one of those massive fortress units. But that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is... Where is it? It's near the Giant Mechon Debris, I'm pretty sure. It's very important that I find it. I don't need to find it now, and I will definitely find it at some point. But it's something I want to talk about sooner rather than later. I specifically want to make sure I have an opportunity to talk about it today. But if it's too far along, that may not work too well. Heck. You can see there are still a bunch of Mechon here. Whoops. We don't have the Monado with us, but we still fortunately have weapons that can damage them, because I did set up at least Dunban, I think only Dunban, with anti-Mechon weapons.
Let us remain vigilant.
Nice, Jay. There's an area like the Giant Mechon wreckage, which I'm starting to suspect is a little further along than I want to go quite yet. I'll find it. For now, let's do what the game actually wants us to do. Boo. Josh, driving is something I miss. It's a lot of fun if you can. I've just been wandering around completely lost. I mean, yes, but I seem to have lost myself a little further. Which is always fun. There we go. And we arrive at the Hidden Machina village.
A village in a place like this?
Melia!
Shulk!
Guys! You're all right! Yeah.
And we found Fiora.
Dunban.
Fiora? Do you remember me?
Mm-hmm. Sorry if I made you worry.
It's all right. I'm just so glad you're alive.
Oh, dear brother.
I really like their relationship.
Shulk, is that your childhood friend?
Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm glad she is safe.
Thank you. I couldn't have done it without you.
But
How did you all get here? And what is this place, anyway?
These people helped us.
Huh?
This is their home.
Your surprise is understandable. We are the Machina. The people of Mechonis.
Machina? You mean machine people?
You look as if you have many questions. But please, take a look around our village first. We will talk after that. I will be waiting in front of the building we call Junks.
So this is the introduction of the Machina. People from Mechonis. Something we hadn't really thought of up until this point. It had kind of been assumed that just people were from Bionis and Mechon were from Mechonis. But that's not entirely accurate. They are mechanical people, Josh. They're not robots because they weren't created. They are evolved, but completely mechanical. Yes, Copper. We have Fiora. Fiora is back. Fiora is rad. We saved her. Well, we found everybody, so that's good. And yeah, we just have the opportunity to walk around and talk to people. Like Shilks. She does have booba head. I used to run a shop in the capital. It was really successful. But there's just no need here for a shop like the one I had. I guess it's to be expected, what with less people living here. The capital, you say? Curious.
Welcome.
I've got an older sister. Honestly, I can't compare to her. She's beautiful, composed. Basically, she's the perfect sister. There's a shop here. We can buy new weapons for Fiora if we wish to. Why wouldn't we? They're just plain better. We can also get Machina weapons. Machina weapons are incredibly cool because, like the anti-Mechon weapons, they can damage Mechon, but they're much more powerful than the anti-Mechon weapons we've been using. Yeah, Jay, they're not cyborgs. They're just people. Machine, at least to me, implies created for a purpose, and they're not. No, Jay, that's the thing. They are fully machine. If anything, they're more like androids. But what they are is simply people. They are evolved mechanical life forms. The word, unfortunately, is simply people. I actually like the word machina as a description of machine people. It's kind of machine with that extra rad step. I should have got Fiora the murder knives. Actually, no, the auto attack max is worse, and yeah, they're not great. I disagree. I don't think people, at least for me, people doesn't imply humans. For me, people simply implies sapient. The Machina sword. is just a better version of the anti-mechon glaive. The same is basically true for all of these. But like, giving Melia weapons that make her auto-attack better is so not worth it, because she shouldn't be auto-attacking. It's not how she works. The Machina rifle is worse than what Charla currently has equipped, but is still something we need. I'll get Machina weapons for everybody. We can also upgrade several people's arts, which is always worth it. Burninate is great for Ricky. Double Blade is good. Headshot is fantastic. Doors of Death is nice. Oh god, these are all so good. I'm not sure Melia even has Summon Earth yet, and we can already upgrade it. Melia does have Summon Earth. Good. Does Ricky have a new art? He does. Say Sorry is a really, really weird attack that Ricky has. Again, playing into sort of his rogue archetype. It will remove debuffs from an enemy. But there is a multiplier to the damage for each debuff that is removed. Ricky is also very good at causing damage over time debuffs. So let's say an enemy is paralyzed, has burn, has ice, has bleed. This suddenly becomes a 4 times multiplier to attack. It is so powerful. But I don't want to get rid of anything Ricky currently has. Honestly, Sneaky is his worst attack for this, simply because Ricky doesn't really do back attacks. He's a moderately good tank. So I never have him back attack. Summon Earth is fantastic for Melia. It increases defense. It causes poison. It's just such a good attack. Melia is, I think, my favorite character. Shulk can get a new skill link from Rhine. Increases weapon damage. No reason not to. Agility up. Strength up. Shulk is DPS. Fiora doesn't yet have anything he can actually link. Same for Dunban. Fiora is getting a few of these. Increases counterattack rate when HP is at half. This is lovely. Increases block rate when HP is at half. We can see a sort of pattern emerging with some of these. Wait, did Ricky have just a new skill? He did! Ricky finished up Adore Sun, which increases experience awarded in battles during the day. Again, such weird skills. Grant immunity to strength down is lovely. Ryan finishes his second branch. So let's move on to the third. No one else has anything new.
Welcome.
The structure of the Machina is very different to your own. We don't need the energy of other life to maintain our functions. All we need is a little water and ether. I believe sapient simply means thinking. And I prefer sapient as a word over sentient. Because sentient technically just means able to sense. Although sentient is often used to mean like that level of meta consciousness. This is weird, by the way. These are Machina children. In these weird fucking floating pods. I don't know what's going on here. But it's weird. That guy called Egil. I saw him once, a long time ago, and only very quickly. His face made him look so kind. And he actually looked kind of cool. Huh. Yeah, kind is not how I would describe Egil. To appear wise. It's a nice definition of it. Now, one thing I want to address is, according to the map, this is a path. It is not. Oh no, Copper. I hope you survive. Orchitects. It's been a long time since I stopped growing. I've caused so much trouble for everyone in the village. Orchitects ends up being a very interesting character. He is a Machina child. But if we look at the affinity chart... Hidden Village. He is over 2,000 years old. The Machina live for a very, very long time. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. But Orchitects, at over 2,000 years old, still looks like a child. Whereas Rizaka, at only 1,800 years old, is apparently an adult. Orchitects stopped growing. For some reason, his body has remained that of a child.
Yes.
If you're going to Agneritha, head for digit 2 on the Fallen Arm. Past that is Mechonis Field. Go all the way up there and you'll get to our capital. Those who don't know this game, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I want you, based on that name, Mechonis Field, to try to think about what that area might look like. Don't describe it to me or anybody, because I don't want somebody to tell you if you're right or wrong. I just want you... We'll hear the name many more times. I want you to have an idea of what Mechonis Field means. Because I know what it was in my mind. Do you know someone called Ice? He's always roaming around outside the village. He's too nice for his own good. He worries so much about Egil. People here seem to not treat Egil like the borderline war criminal that he is. What the fuck do I mean borderline? Dude's committed genocide. Have you met Carlos and Natalia? Those are very odd names for Machina. They fell from the sword a year ago, and now they live here. They're Hums, believe it or not. If you haven't spoken to them yet, you really should. Yeah, there are 2 Hums in this village.
I feel myself getting stronger.
Josh, I cannot and or will not answer that question.
Hi there.
Oh, Hums? Have you met the Hums that live in this village? Perhaps it saved them when they were in dire straits. Actually, I forgot to equip people with shit. I can remove that agility up gem. I can give him the Machina sword, which is much better. Equally, I can give Fiora these Sparrow Blades. I'm not going to worry equipping everybody else yet until I use them in the party. Which means I'll forget, because it'll happen next week, and then I'll wonder why I'm so underpowered. Orchitix's body isn't functioning properly. He was born before me, but he's growing at a much slower rate. Second time we've heard about that. Okay, Fiora and Charla have to become better buddies before we can do this heart-to-heart.
Hi there.
The weapons we use here are designed for combating Mechon. The attack power might be lower than you're used to, but they come in very handy in a battle against Mechon. That is a very interesting thing. They fight against the Mechon as well. All this time, the idea has been Mechonis and Mechon are, in some sense, the same. And yes, the Mechon were clearly weapons of war, but they all came from Mechonis. And yet suddenly we find there are people living on Mechonis who also fight against the Mechon. I think that's a very cool bit of lore. And so we approach Junks.
How are you?
You're back. Have you finished looking around the village? Then I'll answer your questions. Where should I start?
So, are you Mechon?
In one sense we are, and in another we are not. It is a fact that the weapons you call the Mechon were created by our civilization. However, we were born from the Mechonis. By your understanding, it would be correct to say that we are the same as Mechon.
A form of mechanical life born of the Mechonis. Is that correct?
From our perspective, you are forms of organic life born of the Bionis.
Life born of the Mechonis. So there is life here, just like on Bionis.
Explain to us why you invaded our world. What did we ever do to you?
I understand your feelings, but please, there is much yet to tell you.
Dunban, please hear her out.
But...
These Machina, they're good people.
Fiora?
You do not look fully functional.
Ever since she was given this body, she hasn't been feeling too good. But we honestly don't know what to do.
Do you mean to tell me you are not Machina? Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I'm okay. Really.
Nonsense. I am a doctor. Do not worry. I specialize in people in your situation. Just as I thought, you were transformed into a face unit. You are experiencing a functional breakdown in multiple locations.
Oh, good.
I will take her to my laboratory. The chief will answer your questions. He is waiting for you in Junks.
For us?
We will speak later.
Shulk, I'm...
Fiora.
Don't worry. I'll keep an eye on her.
Thanks.
Of course, Copper. He is a himbo. He must be shirtless. So for our third party member, we can choose Ricky, Rhine, or Melia. I'm actually going to pull in Melia. this is not a party I frequently use. This very much has oops all DPS written all over it, but I like this party. Because even Dunban is a DPS tank. We can quickly go up here to check on Fiora.
Yeah?
I understand how you feel, but don't worry. I'll take good care of her.
How are you?
I need more time to observe her condition. Leave her with me. You can go see the chief. He's waiting for you on the bridge on the lower deck. Jay? Not forever. However, it will give you shirtless Shulk for a while. Ah, Zach, I'm so sorry. Are you finished moving, or is it still happening? Because, yeah, moving sucks. Oof, still happening? There you go, Jay. Voltak also has things to say to us.
Yes?
May I take a moment of your time? I have something to ask of you. The village is in grave danger. This is, once again, the fairly standard monster killing quest. Oh, Zach. Yeah. Good luck with that. The Mechon attack us on an almost daily basis. They've become highly active since Egil launched his invasion. Good to know what your type is, Jay. There's been a dramatic rise in serious casualties sustained. As a result, our medicine supplies are almost entirely depleted. But the medicine's ingredients can only be collected outside. It would really help if someone could collect them for us. So they're looking for Crabble Back Moss, which we can grind out at any time. No, that's incorrect, Copper. J is exactly the correct amount of thirsty. Fiora and Dunban need to be much better friends. Yeah. You can be thirsty and ace. Being asexual does not mean that you can't look at Shulk. Wait, there was a good angle there. And think that that's something tasty. Yeah. Give you boxers, Shulk. Just drink it in, Jay. Satisfy that thirst. I know this is what you're looking for. I'm gonna put his pants back on, but I'll leave him shirtless for the rest of the stream. Just for you. That's fine, Jay. Sometimes thirsty just means someone's hot and you want to look at their hot bod. It's still thirst. It's fucking wholesome thirst.
Huh. He's massive.
I get a kick out of seeing people's faces every time.
I fucking love this dude.
We were told that you were waiting for us.
That's right. I've been waiting a long time. Waiting for you to accept my request.
Request?
But first, let me ask. The sword the young man is holding, is that the Monado?
It is.
And the destruction of the fortress on the sword, was that your lot's doing?
Yes. Although unfortunately we were unable to stop Egil.
Egil?
Do you know him? He claims to be the leader of Mechonis.
This Egil that you fought is one of our people. He's my son.
Your son?
Actually, my request is about him as well.
Ah.
I want you to kill Egil.
Oh. That certainly took a turn. Jay is thirsty for Shulk's bod.
Dearest Homs and Nopon representatives, my humble gratitude for accepting our invitation. I am Kallian Antiqua, Regent of the High Entia.
We all know who you are. You High Entia have kept yourselves safe, remaining spectators to our destruction. Why call upon us now?
As stated in my invitation, it is our intention to form an allied force from the peoples of Bionis, with which we will confront Mechonis.
Look at you. One little scratch and you're already crying for help.
I cannot deny this. The attack did serve as the catalyst, but the fact remains that things have changed.
When we needed help at the Battle of Sword Valley, our cries were ignored. Give me one good reason why we should bother. Huh?
I understand your anger. Our selfishness was inexcusable. However, please hear what I have to say. Listen to why our stance has changed.
Stop talking if you like, but no promises we'll stick around to the end.
We High Entia were mistaken. We believed that if we were attacked by the Mechon, our power alone could repel them.
Shulk isn't in
Brave
this scene.
group of young
Dan.
heroes showed us the error of our ways. When the Mechon descended upon Erith Sea, Shulk fought with a courage I have never seen. I was most surprised to see that this group was comprised of different races. Homs, Nopon, High Entia. Although different, they trusted one another as friends. As just one inhabitant of Bionis, I desired to... No, I felt compelled to become strong like them.
Their strength came from the Monado. Bravery only gets you so far in this world.
Then you will not join us?
Hold your horses, son. I said they didn't win with bravery alone, but they wouldn't have got far without it. All right. You can count on our help.
The Nopon will join too. The Hum-Hum and Bird people are friends of the Nopon. We will fight together.
Dixon, are you leaving?
Yeah. It's just I felt this sudden pain in the neck.
Is that your response?
Don't go jumping the gun there, Prince. I'll
Fuck
leave
it.
the colony's forces with old Atharon here. You can use them however you want. I've got somewhere I need to be.
Might I ask where?
A battle's more than just a head-on assault. The sooner you realize that, the better. I better go and remind Shulk and all.
So you know of their whereabouts?
I told you. I've got a pretty good idea.
Dixon!
Yeah?
If you should meet Shulk...
What?
I have something I want you to tell him.
Dixon living up to his name as usual.
You want us to kill your son? That is no small request.
There are hardly any of us Machina left on Mechonis. Back when the Bionis and the Mechonis were fighting, the Bionis almost completely wiped us out. I suppose the Bionis just didn't want us around. Lady Mayneth fought the Bionis for us. In the end, the two Titans wounded each other and entered a deep slumber.
Who was Lady Mayneth?
The creator of Mechonis. You could say that she is the Mechonis itself.
You talk like you saw all this. Ain't this all just an ancient myth?
I know I look young, but I'm actually quite old. I saw the whole thing with my own eyes.
You can't be serious.
The people of Mechonis must have a longer lifespan. Just like we High Entia live far longer than Homs.
I get that, but he can't have lived that long.
But why do you want your son dead? From what you've told us, I would have thought you'd want us to destroy the Bionis rather than kill your own son.
Egil was a brilliant young man. Clever, strong, and kind to the less able. But he never forgave the Bionis for what it did, and he swore to take revenge.
So he wants to do to us what the Bionis did to the Machina?
Correct. Egil is trying to eradicate all innocent life on Bionis. He has to be stopped.
Didn't you ever try to stop him?
We tried once. A lot of people were killed. He's blinded by revenge. Even Lady Mayneth herself couldn't convince him to stop.
Where is Egil now?
Most likely the Mechonis capital. He's trying to restore its former glory all by himself.
I feel sorry for him.
Dan, Shulk is the
What are you
blonde.
talking about? Did you forget what he did to us?
I haven't forgotten or forgiven.
The twink.
But Egil's clearly suffered a lot in his life. You don't feel any sympathy at all?
All I know is, this stinks. Who cares what he's been through?
Rind.
I understand about Egil. But why us? You should be aware that Shulk's sword, the Monado, has the power to destroy Mechonis weaponry. It's said that it was once the sword of the Bionis. Doesn't the very sight of it make you quiver?
Xanta.
Huh?
Oh, just talking to myself. If you're gonna kill Egil, you'll need all of that sword's power. That's how strong Egil is. But enough talk. You must be tired. Take your time and think it over. Until the young lady's treatment is finished, feel free to spend time in our village.
She has done well to survive such injury.
What do you mean? Is she sick?
Since you seem to have knowledge of Hom's medicine, I'll explain it like this. I'm afraid she's had several of her organs removed. Am I correct in assuming she was configured to operate inside a Mechon?
That's right.
She has been transformed into a Mekon's central nerve unit. Her blood can now circulate through a Mekon's components.
How?
I believe her immune system is now configured for compatibility with the Mechon. That's why her strength has depleted.
But you can treat her, can't you? Please.
Of course. Even as a Machina doctor, I cannot turn a blind eye to this butchery. With our equipment, she will regain her strength, but she will be stuck with this body. I cannot restore her flesh and blood Hom's body.
That's okay. I don't want to be a burden to Shulk. I don't care if I have a machine body. Just make it so I can fight beside him.
Fiora, leave it to me. If that is your wish, I'll do my best. I must implant a new circulation system for her immune functions. But we have one problem.
A problem?
I don't have a piezoelectric unit, which is required to control such a system. As long as she remains on this bed, the life support machine can compensate. But to move around freely, she must have the piezoelectric unit. The same unit is used in Mechon, so if you were to find some Mechon parts...
But where?
Well,
You're on fucking
outside of the
McConnus,
village,
buddy.
At the base of Digit 5, there's a beach. Debris from above washes the shore there. You might be able to find one among the Mekon wreckage.
We'll take a look. The beach at the base of Digit 5, right?
Yes. It gives off a faint red glow, so it might be easier to find at night.
Popper, we are on the Fallen Hand. This area is called the Fallen Arm. When Bionis and McConnus fought, thousands of years ago, the Bionis cut off one of the Mekon's arms, and it fell into the ocean, and we're on it. There are a few quests I can pick up. Oh, not here. I believe in this case it is the pinky, yes. And here is Natalia, a Homs woman living in the Machina village.
Yes.
What am I going to do? I really have to get it to them. Hey, maybe you can help. I don't mean to burden you with this, but I need some help here. I need to get food to the villagers keeping watch outside the village. I haven't been feeling well lately and I can't bring myself to go out. They look forward to me taking them their meals every day. If only someone else could take the meals to them for me. Then everyone would be happy. We could deliver the food to them on your behalf. You should not overexert yourself if you're feeling out of sorts. That's so sweet of you to say. I think I'll take you up on your kind offer. So you'll take the food for me? I'm so grateful. Okay. And I believe there are a couple of quests over here.
Welcome.
Do you have a minute? I need to talk to you. I've got this problem, you see. Do you know what I'm talking about? Here's the thing. It's my job to collect spring water from Zacht Spring. But lately I've been hearing these weird noises around there. It's creeping me out so badly I'm too scared to go do my job. You know that silver Mekon fell onto the beach recently? It sounds like the creepy noise is coming from that. But I'm too scared to investigate it properly and find out what it is. So could you go and check what's making the noise? If it's the silver face making that noise, we can't ignore it. It's scaring the villagers, so we have to go check it out. What's that about a silver face? Well, whatever. I just need you to find out what's making the noise. When you know what's causing the noise, come find me. So, that is a side quest that we can knock out pretty quickly. I don't want to get too far into the actual questy quest stuff. I want to leave that for next stream. But let's quickly talk to Carlos. They say the Machina that saved me saves people for a living. Can you believe it? He saves people's lives for a job. I owe him my life. So I'm... Oh, actually I want to chat to this guy.
Hi there.
Hey, want to dig a grave with me? There's nothing like a good burial to forget about all the bad things. Oh, sir, I think you have some terrible trauma. I want to quickly quick travel. Yeah, Josh, no more story stuff tonight, don't worry. Enjoy work. You won't be missing anything significant. So we were asked to investigate the faced Mekon. This is the cause of the sound. let's go and tell Prox. There was an external sensor that was causing that noise. Nothing more than that. I know, Jay, but I cannot stream forever.
Welcome.
Oh, you've been talking to Ice? You really don't discriminate, huh? But he's actually pretty amazing. He has this incredible empathy. It's like he takes people's worries and makes them his own.
Welcome.
So that was it. Its external sensor was reacting to a nearby Crabble. Now I know what it is. I don't know why I made such a fuss. But I'm glad we can go to the beach knowing we won't get eaten. Glad everything worked out. Thank you so much. Take this as a thank you. You've earned it. I get a nice chunk of experience, some money, and the Heliostrodes, which are equipment for Fiora. Now, I just want to try to find one more important spot. So it's worth noting, someone else here has a quest for me. It's you.
What do you need?
This buddy is no good. I need a more general purpose one, like a Hums. Melia just ran around the whole village. So you listen to my troubles? Sorry to keep you. I am what you'd call a rescuer. My job is to save people in trouble. The problem is, I have trouble rescuing people from the water. Water is a real problem for us Machina, you understand. I've been thinking about it and decided I want to become Hums. As a Hums, I could go in the water and rescue people anywhere. I've even thought of a way. I think I can do it with the right things. I admire your motives, but what you're saying seems hard to believe. Is it really possible for a Machina to become a Hums? To be honest, I don't know, but I want to try all possibilities. I mean, it's impossible for a Hums to become a Machina, so maybe? I'll never give up. I'm persistent, always have been. So he wants several pretty rare items. But that's fine. Thing I want to try to find. Oh, I just cannot remember where it is. I still remember it being near the giant Mechon wreckage. It clearly isn't. I don't want you to fight me. I'm just looking for a thing, buddy. We do not need to be enemies. Leave me alone! Wolf, we can be friends. Pterodactyl, we can also be friends. This is not the spot, unfortunately. Yes, Jay? Digit 1 crevice. I know I did, Jay. I know I am entirely to blame for them noticing me. I just also don't want to fight them. The reason I want to get to this particular location is because there is, I think, a very funny and very silly story attached to it. A story of of cultures not always understanding each other. It's also just a really cool location in terms of lore. And cool lore locations are always fun. Here it is.
I need to be even stronger.
The Black Wreckage. This is all that remains of Mumkar. Fallen from incredibly high up, impaled, nothing left of its pilot. Only this wreckage washed ashore. The reason I wanted to mention this is Face Nemesis had the silver wreckage, and Metal Face had the black wreckage. The reason for that is that the faced Mechon originally all had colored names. So when we fought Zord way back in the Ether Mine, he was originally called Bronze Face. Face Nemesis was originally called Silver Face. And Metal Face was originally called Black Face. Understandably, for the official English translation, they revised Blackface to be a different name. Because you just can't call a character Blackface. There is also a heart-to-heart. It requires much better affinity between Dunban and Fiora. We cannot do it quite yet. That's basically all the last thing I wanted to do today. Get to the Black Wreckage and share the story of how it used to be called Blackface. Again, this is a situation where in Japan that phrase does not have the negative connotations it has here. So they called him Metal Face, which ended up being a pretty iconic name. I am going to save quickly. And that is where I am going to call stream for this week. Thank you all so much for joining me. This was so much fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed it. I will be streaming again tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern Time, playing some Ace Attorney, unless something else comes up. Xenoblade Chronicles returns next week Saturday at 5:30 Eastern Time. If you're interested in my other streams, you can check either the schedule channel in my Discord or my schedule on Twitch. I try to keep them both pretty up to date. We're going to be raiding Zaid. Zaid is doing, I think, Gartic Phone at the moment. Yeah, Zaid's playing some Gartic Phone, which is always a fun time. Yes, do good with the homework, Copper. And you too, Zach. Have a rest. Have a good move tomorrow. I hope it goes well for you. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful evening, or whatever time it is for you. I hope to see all of you around in the future. And yeah, I hope you have a good one. Ciao.